I'm all for fierce competition in the capitalist environment where the playing field is somewhat level in that you're paying the same fees, same taxes. But when you're competing against illicit markets, burners, distros, like illicit product getting into the legal market, all of these challenges that we've had, it's not a level playing field. And so I just don't feel like that's a fair landscape for these craft growers.
I think Emily hit on some of the most salient points. I would just say that I remember last time what we discussed, the three main pain points that the California market was experiencing. The very onerous tax burden, first of all. Secondly, just the lack of retail outlets and retail access across the state. And third, just the drop in pricing. So what I would say is I think we've pulled ourselves out of the death spiral in some ways, but we're not out of the woods yet. So we're starting to turn the ship around, I think you can say, but California is like the Titanic. And so I think, the question is, at what pace are we moving now, right? If we're moving in the right direction, and what needs to happen for us to accelerate that trajectory. And if we're seeing some incremental progress on some of these things like taxes, retail expansion and pricing, the other question is, what parts of the supply chain will benefit from each of those changes? And specifically, like where geographically, if you're just looking at different operators, based on where they're situated geographically, they stand to benefit more or less.
Listen to the full interview and find more cannabis investing insights at the Cannabis Investing Podcast on seekingalpha.com or wherever you listen to your podcasts.